The walk starts at Pandy on the A465. That's the way ahead. Now on the first path of the walk, Offa's Dyke path of course. The path crosses the River Hay. The path crosses the main Newport to Hereford railway line, and there's the way ahead. Already some great views. There's the ridge. The path follows later, and that's the way ahead. Now heading up towards Hatteral Hill. Here's an astounding view from the road. That's the way ahead. Approaching Pentwyn Iron Age Hillport, there's a Beacons Way sign. The Beacons Way is a long distance footpath through the Brecon Beacons National Park. Now on Pentwyn Iron Age Hillport. There's the way. Behind me there's a reasonable view of the Skirrid mountain. As you can see, although it's great weather, it's a bit hazy today and it's very warm. Heading up the slopes of Hatteral Hill on the Offa's Dyke path. There's a trig point at 1521 feet above sea level. Great views ahead, and another Offa's Dyke walker. The Offa's Dyke path strides majestically on, heading towards the summit of Hatteral Hill. There's a view looking back to the Sugarloaf mountain, although it's very, very hazy for distant views. More great views ahead. There's the path. There's a view into the valley of Capel Ffyn. Great Black Mountain views, and there's the Offa's Dyke path ahead. There's now a tremendous view looking back the way I've just come, and the hazy mountain on the right is the Sugarloaf. Another trig point, as you can see, this time at 1810 feet. Further along, a series of cairns seems to mark the path. The path strides on along the Hatteral Ridge of the Black Mountains. Yes, that's the name of the ridge that Offa's Dyke path follows. And for a considerable length, it forms the border between England and Wales. The path suddenly becomes a very well-surfaced track. I don't know why they've surfaced it from here. It's completely in the middle of nowhere. And there's the third trig point we've seen today. This one stands at a height of 2010 feet above sea level. Over to the east there is now a view of the Catsback Ridge. Spectacular. For as far as the eye can see, the Offa's Dyke path threads its way along the Hatteral Ridge of the Black Mountains. There's a really dramatic view of the Catsback Ridge. And that is the way ahead. Quite a good hazy mountain prospect, looking back the way I've come. A fairly significant climb coming up there. And there's the way ahead. It's suddenly become much rougher, the path, and look at that string of cairns marking the way. Now heading towards Hay Bluff and the end of the ridge. Here's the steep drop. It's about 3/4 of a mile to Hay Bluff from here. Looking back at the descent I've just made, there's the trig point on the top of Hay Bluff, or Penny Beacon, 2,219 feet above sea level. The official Offa's Dyke path doesn't come to Hay Bluff, but most walkers come this way. From Hay Bluff, here's a view of Twamfer, or Lord Hereford's Knob. And here's the view from the true summit of Hay Bluff. There's Hay-on-Wye town, still 4 odd miles away. There's Twamfer, Lord Hereford's Knob, and there is the way ahead, the steep descent down. Still on the descent to the Gospel Pass Road from the summit of Hay Bluff. Still on the descent from Hay Bluff. Remember all those smooth paths on the flat ridge, on the Hatteral Ridge? Of course, this awkward descent, they leave the path horribly eroded. What is wrong with these people? Looking back up to Hay Bluff, the way I've just come, from the Gospel Pass Road. And there is the road which you need to follow for a while, and that is the way ahead. This is where the Offa's Dyke path leaves the Gospel path. Yes, I'm back on the official route of the Offa's Dyke path. It cuts across that common. Heading over the turf common from the Gospel Path Road on Offa's Dyke path, heading towards Hay-on-Wye town. And from the common there are staggering views back the way I've come to Hay Bluff, Twamfer and other peaks. The Offa's Dyke path leaves the turf common along this path and goes through the gate ahead. Now there's a splendid view ahead over to Hay-on-Wye town. And that is the way ahead along Offa's Dyke path. Now rapidly approaching Hay-on-Wye along this path. Now rapidly approaching Hay-on-Wye. There it is. And that's the way ahead. And this is where the Offa's Dyke path enters Hay-on-Wye and the end of today's walk.